Do you want to find out the best trading strategy for crypto and forex with no indicators? Super simple, it's beginner friendly, it's expert friendly, it's anything you want it to be, guys, and it will make you money if you follow these directions to a T. It's not going to win every single trade, and there's no trading strategy out there that will. But this one, if you manage your risk to reward effectively, then you will make money. I promise you that. So what we're going to do is we're going to first of all look at a Bitcoin US dollar chart. So first of all, guys, we're going to dive into a 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is obviously the largest cryptocurrency, there's a lot of money flowing in and out of Bitcoin. We don't want to mess around day trading in smaller currency pairs because they don't have the volume that we need. Now, what we're going to do is looking at the 4-hour, we're going to look at a trading setup that basically would present itself from the last candle here. Now, guys, I do know that I have the hindsight of this candle coming down here, but that doesn't necessarily matter, okay? Because we're just going to use this, and I want to show exactly how it all works. So, what I've done here is I've identified this candle before. First question I'm going to ask myself is this candle going up or is it going down? If it's going down, which it is because it's white, only the black candle is going up, then I know that we're looking for sells, we're not looking for buys at all, it's a sell candle. So what I'm anticipating is the next candle along following that candle there. You get up candles and then you get a down candle, and I get it, I understand, but the probability is far higher that you're going to have continuation from a 4-hour close, that the next candle will follow in the same direction. So what we can see is this candle here. We've marked our high and our low. We can see that Bitcoin is going down against the US dollar. So you want to find confluence. We want to see that US dollar is strong. Let's jump across to a USD JPY chart. We can see that USD is pumping against JPY here, and we can see that USD CAD, again, US dollar is strong against CAD. So we know the US dollar is strong and Bitcoin is weak against it. So we can then zoom into a 15-minute chart and identify where this candle closed. This was the open of the next candle, this one here. We're looking at all this structure here. Right now, we can have a breakout towards the downside. I don't want to take a sell on the breakout because what do we normally get if we get that is we get ripped and it comes back against us. And I'm going to put this date and price range on here just to make it very straightforward for us to see a 50-50 rule. So this is the height of the last candle. This blue line represents the 50%. If we have a 15-minute that comes and closes above this line, then I don't want to touch this, okay? I'm looking for it to come and bounce off of this level, or perhaps come even higher and bounce off of the 50 line, giving us wick rejections, okay? So we're looking for like this, wick rejections bouncing off. And once I get my wick rejections and a strong bearish candle, then I will enter my sell trade, and I will take a 3-to-1 risk to reward. I just wanted to show you with the confluence, but let's zoom back further in time and I'll show you what this looks like in terms of a good setup. So I can give you a good example, and I'm not just showing you this one because it's going to be a winning trade, because I promise you there's tons and tons of these. You can go back and back test this all you want. But look at this candle here. We put the 50-50 rule on there, and what I want to show you guys is just taking the box here. We can then drop it down. You can see that the 50% line is about here, and literally the wick comes down to my 50% line here. So if we zoom into our 15 minutes, what we got up here, guys, was the close of the last candle, that last 4-hour candle closing here, and that then means that this next candle is clear breaking out. Now what I mean by not taking the buy straight off is we need to wait for it to retrace, because you can see it bounces up, it retraces a bit here, but we're not getting any wicks towards the downside. In fact, we're getting wicks towards the upside, which suggests that we may be pushing back into here. So I'm not going to be ready to take a trade until we have a better pullback than that. Notice when you talk about chart patterns, etc., we actually get one through here. You can see that this line here represents our 50% rule. The 50% comes directly under this candle. Now you can see that as we drop in here, we get a bit of indecision coming through on this candle, but we've drawn our trend line through. So what I'm waiting for is to see a big push towards the upside, breaking this line here. Yes, you could enter down here, it's a little bit more risky, but we have here a perfect entry. So we'll basically enter, guys, as it breaks beyond this line. You notice that when it breaks beyond this candle, it also breaks out of this downtrend here. That gives us an opportunity for a very nice tight stop loss. You're probably asking, why am I not putting my stop down here? Well, we've had enough confluence here telling me that we've already had our pullback. Obviously, we've checked our confluence. We know Bitcoin is strong against the US dollar. You can see it's confirmed a number of different things. When it's breaking beyond this high here, it's showing me that it's ready for continuation. Now, what I'm looking for always is a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Why do I want to find a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio? Well, it means that if I win like 50% of the time, then I'm going to be super successful in trading. And when you get like around 25% into profit, you can close your stop loss to break even. Now I want you to think about the psychology of why you need to have a risk to reward ratio, 3-to-1, 2-to-1, whatever it is. You need to consistently, when you win, make more money than when you lose, because then you don't need to win as many times in order to make more money. What people typically do is they'll let trades run into huge loss and they'll close their winning trades early. So basically what you've got to do is you go away and you back test a strategy like this, and you do it 1,000 times. You record every win, every loss. I now know that if I take this trade, around 55 to 60% of the time I will win, and I will win a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which ultimately means it's very easy to consistently make money. The problem everyone has is they try to predict the next trade and they can't take losing, so when you lose a trade it hurts more. You need to think of this analogy. If I flip a coin, I don't know whether it's going to be heads or tails next, but if I do it 100 times, it's more than likely that 50% of the time I'm going to get tails and 50% of the time I'm going to get heads. So this is the same thing. If I have a strategy and I enter that strategy every single time, I follow my phases and I win 3-to-1, when I take those losses and I take that L, it's fine because I know the next one is probably going to be a win. And if I win, I get a 3R. If I win twice in a row, I got a 6R. Maybe I take 2 L's in that. I'm still 4R up. If you're using funded accounts, we're talking like 100K accounts, and you're risking 1%, that's $1,000 in order to make $3,000. If you're winning like 3 trades in a week, that's like $9,000. Yeah, you lose like 15%. And if you do take an L and you lose 1 or 2 trades, you may only make 7,000 for the week. If you've won 3 and lost 2, you'll make 7 grand. That's not too bad. If you can make 28 grand a month, I'm sure you'll be pretty happy because it really doesn't take that much time. Identify a time in which you're going to trade. For me, I trade between sort of 6 and 8 a.m. London time because that for me is when quite a lot of volume is entering the market, up until sort of 10 a.m. when you're waiting for that next 4-hour candle close. And the majority of the time, the second candle will close in the right direction. What you need to be doing is waiting patiently for this pullback. You can set alerts and things like that, but it's a very efficient way of doing it. Taking a look at another bearish example, you can put these literally anywhere, guys, and I guarantee that when you go in to look at it, you will find the setups you're looking for. I've picked this at random, I haven't looked at it yet, so let's just identify it. Obviously, we're going back in time, I'm not going to go and look at the other charts. So what do I need to do first? First of all, I'm identifying this is a down candle, so I'm looking for sells. Bitcoin is weak against the US dollar. So is the US dollar strong? I go and look at USD JPY. I go and look at USD CAD, whatever it is, USD pairs. Is USD performing strongly? If it is, I go on to my next step. I can see that we're closing here and I'm waiting for a pullback. And you can see this is where, and you can see here is where that 4-hour candle closed, and then we had this pullback. Now, if we look at a 15-minute chart, it might not necessarily be very clear that this is a good sell point here because we have this wick showing good rejection. But what does it look like? We can zoom in to a 5-minute chart. And guess what, guys? If you love patterns and things that show on charts, well, you get one nice one here. You can see that we have a rising wedge, which more often than not will break towards the downside. We rise in, we get this nice wick towards the upside here, showing good sell pressure. And then what do we get? Rejection, rejection, bang. We then break this previous candle low. I'm going in for a sell here. So I can take this 5-minute candle close. So I'm going to go for my short position once this candle breaches that green line. Because remember, that green line is the last candle. So I'm going to enter it at the close, and I'm going to put my stop loss just up above that candle because it's a big candle and it had a big swing. We can take a 3-to-1 risk to reward, and we pretty much straight away continued down. We came up, retested that area, and then pushed down. And then you can see that we had this wick coming in here where it would have won. Now, I'm not saying it wins every single time. You may get stopped out for 0, or you may get stopped out for a minus 1R loss. But if you can minimize those 1R losses by moving your stop loss to break even when you're in 25% of profit, you can be patient and wait for those 3-hour returns. And I know it's painful and it's difficult, But if you are really consistent with this, and the only way to do it is to backtest, then I guarantee that you're going to be a profitable trader. And you're probably thinking you need like all these indicators and stuff. If you can't explain your trading strategy in just like a couple of sentences to someone who's never seen charts and things before, then it's probably too complicated because it's too difficult to do. So put it simply, you find the 4-hour candle. Is it bullish or bearish? Am I looking for buys or sells? I check the confluences with other charts, like other USD pairs, whatever it is that I'm trading. I'm then waiting for that 4-hour candle to close. I'm marking the high and the low and the 50-50. If it passes back through the 50-50, I don't want to touch it. I'll wait for the next one. Doesn't, and it shows me that it's weakening in terms of a pullback. Then I'm going to sell it if we're in a downtrend, or I'm going to buy it if we're in a bull trend. I hope that's clear, guys. There's probably a lot to take in, but I recommend watching this video again if you can consistently learn this, because I guarantee this is pretty much the holy grail when it comes to trading strategies. If you want to use a broker so you can trade with 0 fees, then head down to BitGet, link down below in the description, and you can head across there, get 0 fees, as well as other bonuses, etc. for signing up. As well as that, your Telegram trading group, which I'm giving all of my knowledge in for absolutely free. So you can head over to the link down below in the description or in the comments, and that will get you in with a bunch of other guys who are talking about trading all day long, all things going on with crypto, etc. And that is an excellent way to learn more and get started in trading or polish your trading game. As well as that, I'm going to introduce an elite trading group which will have a small monthly fee. But if you want to avoid that monthly fee, then you just need to come across, sign up for BitGet, and you can get that absolutely free as well. And I will be sharing all of my knowledge in that group. I hope you enjoyed that video today, guys. If you did, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. It helps me out more than you know. And if you're new to the channel, you want to learn more about crypto, day trading, and much, much more, then make sure you subscribe to be kept up to date with all of the latest happening. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon with another video. Bye.